Hi guys, Darth Deuces here with another video. I know it's been a while and I apologize for that, but having school, job hunting, working a job, and holiday season has kept me away from doing any sort of videos and all that. So I apologize for that. And I apologize for the lateness of this video, but today we're going to be doing my top 10 Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch action figures. And none of these are on my list. These are all honorable mentions kind of things here. Some figures I just want to shout out, but did not make my list. First off, just over here, just in general, giving a shout out to the Archive series subline of the Black Series 6-inch figures. I really love the idea of that line. It's re-releasing figures that are expensive to get on the secondary market that a lot of us, myself including, missed out on the first time around. So we can go back and pick up some of the iconic characters that we missed out on. So I didn't want to put any of them on the list because all of them are basically just repacks with some modification for face printing if they had a face where you could do that. But we do have the Boba Fett there, which I absolutely love. It has its issues, but I really like that figure. That's one of my favorites I got this year. The Darth Maul is really good. The Luke's fantastic, and I really like this Yoda with the new face print. He looks so good. Or at least a lot better anyways, so I really like the Archive line. And then over here we just have a bunch of figures, new figures that were released this year that just didn't quite make the cut. So you have the Jump Pack Trooper or Rocket Trooper or whatever the hell these things are called. Really great figure, mainly a reuse of the Stormtrooper body, but he does have the new jetpack. The new helmet mold is really good, and new shoulders, so he's cool, just didn't make the list. Chopper was so close to making the list. He just didn't. He'd probably be my number 11. He's really great. He's like one of my favorite astromech, if not my favorite astromech droid. I love the little articulated arms he has. He comes with some nice accessories and moving parts and all that jazz. Really cool figure that I'm happy they made. You got your Rise of Skywalker stuff. The Rey is the best Rey I have, though it's not saying much. I only have the Last Jedi one aside from this one, but she's cool. Comes with Dio, a lot of accessories, great looking figure. I really like that Kylo Ren. It just reuses way too much to really warrant being on my list, but I really like it. Probably my favorite Kylo Ren figure I have. Sith Trooper, really good. Probably one of the best Trooper figures we've gotten. I really like the design of it. Articulation is really good as well. Pretty big fan of this. I like it a lot. Second Sister back there from Jedi Fallen Order. Again, another figure just didn't make it as the graphite version, but any version is good. It's a really great design, really cool looking figure. It's just not one of my favorites. And then Dryden Voss I really like as well. I know a lot of people don't like that character and aren't a huge fan of the figure just because it's not super exciting. But I really like the character. I like putting it with my Scum and Villainy and Bounty Hunter figures. I think the face printing looks really good. I like the whole sort of putting him in cold temperature, makes his lines on his face go red. That's really cool. Cool accessories, good articulation. Really great figure. I really like it. I think it's an underrated one that people kind of sleep on. It's a really well done figure. Anyways, these were my honorable mentions. So let's get on to the actual list with number 10. So at number 10 we have Clone Commander Wolf. Or not Wolf, yeah, God, Fox. Both kind of titles. Fox. I don't know why I got Wolf on the mind, but this is Fox. It's a great figure. It's only at the 10 spot because at the end of the day, it's not like anything too new. He does, I believe, have a new helmet sculpt though. It's a beautiful looking figure. I love the red. It's quite striking. And I like the Shock Trooper division. They're some of my favorite clones. Love the Coruscant Guard logo on the shoulder there. Comes with a bunch of blasters that are actually kind of weathered up. He comes with the pistols you can store in the holster. Comes with the carbine, also comes with the rifle. Articulation's pretty good. He doesn't have the updated elbows. If he did, he'd probably be higher on the list, I'm going to be honest. But still great articulation, fun to pose around. It looks great. What can I say? Fox did nothing wrong, boys. And surprisingly at number 9, or maybe not surprising, who knows, is the deluxe General Grievous figure. I was really excited for this figure to be released, and I am really happy that Hasbro did actually release a Black Series 6-inch General Grievous. It's a figure that maybe before I wouldn't have thought they ever would have released, but they did, and I gotta give credit where credit's due. There's a lot of good stuff going on here. Great sculpt, good paint apps, the face or head or whatever looks really good. Great accessories, comes with all 4 lightsabers. Soft, really well done. Soft goods cape where you can store the lightsaber hilt in the little pouches in there. He comes with a blaster as well, which is nice. Articulation's good. And you'd think, that sounds, really good. That sounds like it checks all the boxes, but there are some issues I have with it. First, the minor issue is his cape's supposed to have a logo. There's no logo. That's not a huge deal, though. My biggest deal is the figure's not super solid, especially the legs, the knee hinges, and these hinges right here are way too loose, and so the figure is a pain in the ass to stand. And if a figure doesn't want to stand, it just frustrates the hell out of me, and I don't like it. Now, I still do like this figure, but that is a big issue. Another issue, especially in the arm areas, the joints and the limbs are so thin that bending some of them is stressing the plastic. Like right there, you can really see it's pulling the, like, if an arm is this thin and not that solid and it's stressing and wants to come apart and break, I don't want to pose and play with it. So again, don't like it because of that, but I still like the figure. It's a really good looking figure. Like, it really stands out on the shelf, you know, looks really good. I love how it does the split arms thing, or you can put them together, but it falls short in some major areas, in my opinion. At number 8, we have Jedi Master Mace Windu. This is a great Jedi to add to the Black Series 6-inch line. I'm happy they made it, and it's a pretty cool figure. I never got the SHF version, but I'd say I don't need to after this one. This one has definitely serviceable articulation. It even plays around with having a butterfly joint that, you know, moves decently. They actually gave him a Jedi robe, which is great. Every Jedi figure should come with Ahsoka's Jedi robe in this line. I do not know why they do not, but luckily Mace Windu does, and he looks really good wearing it. The sculpt in general, well, you know, it's just your average, you know, Jedi garments. They do a good job to put a lot of nice sculpted detail and paint to not make it look quite as dull. And the face printing on for the Sam Jackson head does look really, really good. Very happy with that. And he has this purple lightsaber. The hilt is nicely painted, and the blade is nice, vibrant purple. Really, it's a really solid figure. Great addition to the Black Series line this year. And at number 7, we have Cal Kestis and BD1. And BD1 came with them. When I first got this guy, I didn't get him right at release day. I passed on him eventually. Then I ended up getting him because he looked cool. And he was on my list, probably was only like number 10, but he's actually bumped up quite a few spots because I played the game and I really like the character. You know, I'd say Cal's actually probably growing into one of my favorite characters, at least one of my favorite Jedi characters. It's a great game and it's a great character. The face printing's good. I don't think it's perfect, but I think it's good. Sculpt in general looks great. It's just a cool design for a Star Wars character. I think it looks good. He's got the tools and whatnot from the place where they disable the ships, the junkyard or whatever the hell it is. Articulation's really good. Again, it's another figure where they play around with having a butterfly joint. It doesn't work so well, but I appreciate the attempt. Paint looks really good, and accessories is decent. He comes with his lightsaber, and he comes with BD1. BD1's awesome. Really like him. He's pretty well articulated as well, so it's a solid figure and definitely worthy of at least number 7. And number 6, we have the Mimban Han in the Mudtrooper, not disguised, just Mudtrooper armor or whatever, or just the Mudtrooper if you prefer, just display him that way, which is how I display it. But this figure is awesome, and at one point, this was like my number 1 Black Series of the year. So you can see in about a few months to half a year how much good stuff had come out. But this is a super awesome figure. I love the design of the Mudtrooper. I like how they're not technically stormtroopers, but they're army enlistees. So they're kind of like not as good as the stormtroopers kind of thing. They're more like your rugged soldier, which I really like, and it translates really well with the design and the figure. He has this dirtied, ripped up like tarp like cape or cloak or whatever, which is really cool. He has multiple like scuffs and dirt marks on the armor, which is really cool, and I really like the design of the armor. It looks a bit more rugged than your standard stormtrooper armor. The blaster accessory is cool. Articulation's really well done. I love that the helmet comes apart in multiple pieces, so you can like lift up the goggles if you want, show the eyes. You can take off the breathing apparatus if you want to, and it actually sticks in good because you can see, and you can just have it hanging down, and you can take off the helmet completely. If I can manage that really quickly, you take off the helmet completely, and you get a pretty good face printed Alden young Han Solo head underneath, which I think is better than the standard Han Solo release, so that is really cool as well. Overall, it's just another solid trooper figure that you can use for either your Han Solo, or you can use just as a Mudtrooper, army build it, or you don't army build it. you get a lot of options, making this figure really cool. And at number 5, I believe we're on now, is the Clone Commander Obi-Wan Kenobi, or General Kenobi, or whatever you want to call him. This was in the States a Walgreens exclusive, and is an EB Games, I believe, exclusive in Canada up here. And what can I say? This figure is awesome. For me, anyways, it's quite nostalgic. I love the 2D 2003, 2004 Tartakovsky Clone Wars series. That is my shit right there. I grew up on that stuff. It's awesome, and I love that Obi-Wan Kenobi design in parts of that series where he's wearing the full decked out clone armor with the robe over top. And Hasbro, I've never thought I'd get Tartakovsky 6-inch figures from the Hasbro Black Series line, but here we are. And what's great is that I kind of like what they did. It's not completely accurate because they actually gave us the episode 3 style head sculpt as opposed to episode 2. And the face printing they use for this figure is fantastic. That is a damn good likeness to Ewan McGregor. I think it's better than the SH Figuarts episode 3 Obi-Wan figure. That's an opinion, but I think it is better. Articulation's pretty good. Unfortunately, there wasn't a whole lot of new molding. He still has the trigger finger, the not so great double hinged elbows that the original clone mold used. So holding the lightsaber isn't as dynamic as I'd like it to be, but the soft good's really nice. I do wish it came with the alternate standard clone trooper helmet interchangeable head, but I mean, I'm going to display him with the Obi-Wan head anyways, so it doesn't really matter that much. Overall, this is a fantastic Obi-Wan figure. Really love it. And now I hope you like The Mandalorian, because you're going to be seeing a lot of Mandalorian characters within the last 4 figures. That just goes to show how great the show is and how good the figures have been. And at number 4, I've got Cara Dune. This figure is awesome. The character is pretty great. I really like the character. It's an interesting and cool character. And the actress who plays her is really cool as well. The figure is really well done. Pretty cool design, and I think they got the proportions of a thicker woman, more meatier, muscular woman down pretty good in the sculpt, and the costume, the armor she wears is really cool. You got the shock trooper tattoo there, which is nice. Yeah, really cool. Comes with a bunch of accessories. Got the big rifle, the pistol that slots in the holster, and the little knife, which I didn't even realize at first, but slots into the boot. Like, the fact that you can store all of her accessories on her is pretty awesome. You can sling the rifle, holster the pistol, and holster or sheath the knife. That's awesome. And articulation's really good. The face printing looks good. It even has, it's hard to see, but she actually has the Rebel Alliance tattoo on her cheek there. I wouldn't say it's 100% accurate, but it's pretty damn good looking. I think it looks great, and it's a great figure. So it was really hard to order how I wanted to order the top 3 figures on my list. There's no doubt these are my top 3, but how I wanted to order them was really difficult. But I had to kind of narrow it down to, if I could only own one of the 3, which one would be the number 1 I want to keep, then which one would be number 2 to keep, and then which one would be number 3 to keep. And this is my most recent pickup, which might mean why it's only number 3 and maybe not number 2 or number 1. But it's an absolutely fantastic figure, and it is the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian. I never got him right when he came out. I had to wait for a while because it just didn't show up around here. I think in Canada it's only available in Toys R Us, and I either didn't find it in stock or it was out of stock or whatnot, so I had to order it online out of like Hong Kong and pay a little over retail, but it was worth it, man. This figure is really good. He's chunky, he's well articulated, he's got butterfly joints, man. Granted, not superposable butterfly joints, but he still got them. Fantastic paint apps, fantastic design and sculpt, great accessories. I love they can use the Marvel Legends repulsor effects in the jetpack and in the flamethrower or whatever this is. I love the chain gun. It's just an absolutely fantastic figure. Big, bulky Mandalorian. It's what's not to love, and this guy is awesome. Number 2 is a figure I wanted for ages, and it's the way I always wanted them to release it, so he's got to be my number 2. It is the deluxe Emperor Palpatine with his throne. The first Emperor Palpatine was not good. I didn't hate the figure, but it was not good. And ever since that figure was released and I got it, I was always like, this guy should have been released with a chair. He should have came with lightning hands, all the works. And Hasbro took them a while, but eventually they did exactly what I wanted them to do. They gave us a new Emperor Palpatine with upgraded soft goods, robes, and skirt and whatnot. gave him the throne, gave him his interchangeable lightning hand, still gave him the cane, and gave him 3 head sculpts with face printing technology that look fantastic. Neutral, laughing or evil smile, and angry snarl. The throne is done very well with nice detailing on it and paint for where there is paint, which isn't much, but still there. The Palpatine figure is well articulated. The soft goods are of a nice, decent quality. He can sit in it and look good. He has the head sculpts. He has the lightning interchangeable hands, which look pretty good. They're not perfect, but look pretty good. It's a fantastic figure, man. I don't think we're going to get much better of an Emperor Palpatine figure anytime soon. Maybe the SHF will be better. I'm not sure. Hard to say, but this guy's awesome. I think it's one of the best Black Series they've released in general, and it is my number 2. And a number 1, you probably will be able to guess this. It's the Mandalorian. Out of all the figures, Black Series I picked up this year, if I can only get one, it'd be this one. I know a lot of people will go with the heavy infantry Mandalorian, but the Mandalorian, he is the main character of the series. I like the more gunslinger look that the standard Mandalorian has as opposed to the heavy infantry Mandalorian. Accessories are great. You can store all the accessories on his person. Articulation's great. Yes, this is technically a look for him that we only get for like the first half of the first episode, but there's a lot of cool things you can do with it. The photography, imposing that you can do with this guy is fantastic. Again, like I said, I like that Western look that this one has. It's just a fantastic, fantastic figure. My only real gripe, aside from the fact that it's based on a look for him that he doesn't use for very long, is the cape being soft goods would have been nice, but it's a small gripe overall. This is a fantastic figure. I absolutely love it. And like I said, I had to consider if I could only have one new figure from this year for the Black Series, which one would it be? And it'd be this guy, as he's also not easy to get. And it's really unfortunate that he's not easy to get right now. Or at least he was not easy to get right now. I'm not sure. But at least for a while, he wasn't very easy to get right now. I'm happy that I was super lucky. Like, maybe that's half the reason he's my number 1. I was so lucky I was able to pick this up. I got him on Force Friday. And I'm surprised I even was there in time to grab him, but I got lucky. And so I got a bit, I guess, nostalgia or something to go along with the figure as well, as being lucky enough to get him on Force Friday. But superb figure. Love it. Anyways, sliding him back there, that is my top 10 of 2019. This was a fantastic year for Black Series figures, I'm not going to lie. Looking back in retrospect, I didn't pick up everything I was looking for, but I picked up most of it. I think the only thing I really missed out on was the Ezra Bridger figure. For some reason, that never found that, and that's a pain in the ass to get your hands on. The Dr. Aphra 3 figures, which I wasn't super worried about picking up because I have the vintage collection ones, but I still didn't end up getting those. But aside from that, I got pretty much all I wanted. And this year, like I said, fantastic. I love all these figures. And yeah, it's really good. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what your favorite Black Series figures or Star Wars figures in general were for this year. Always interested to know. Yeah, may the Force be with you, and I'll see you all in the next one.